These days, it's tough to find a job, right? So when you do get a job, you want to be sure to keep it or even climb the ladder, right? Believe it or not, there are some common mistakes people make that should be common sense. UT Director of Human Resources Cory is here with the top ways to get fired. Welcome back to Primetime, Cory.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Well, we talked about it before. We've gotten the job, right? We've taken the steps, we fixed up our resume, and now we've got the job. So let's not lose it.
Because
right?
I'm an employer as well, so I've got some ones that I would like to have. But go ahead, keep going.
Well, from an HR perspective, one of the easiest ones is when people lie on their resume or lie on their application. And the application is a legal document. So the second someone can see that there's a lie on the application, we've got a reason to move forward and to get rid of you. So if things aren't working out, it's an easy loop to get out of. I'm sorry, you lied in your application, you're done.
You didn't really graduate from this college. I think that's a #1 lie because people feel like they can't get good paying jobs without a college degree. So they would probably, I've heard of people putting that on their resume.
You know, fibbing a little bit is common enough on resumes. So look, I'm not gonna say to fib, don't fib, all right? But if you're gonna be doing your resume, stick it out of the big ones, you know, college degrees or how long you worked there. Those are easy things to check. So, you know, make sure you stay out of those. We did have one, I had one in the past where an employee wasn't working out. After only a day or two, you could realize that they were not working out.
Why didn't you hire somebody that would only work out a day or two?
No, she seemed like she was going to work fine, and it didn't work out. And literally, before it was day 3, we poured through her application, and we realized that the signatures were different.
Was she nutso?
I don't, you know, it was a long time ago. Plus, I don't want to indict anyone on the air.
All right.
But
you're not saying names.
The signature was vastly different on the application than the new hire paperwork. So we could, sorry, you falsified your application, you're out. So that's kind of an easy one.
Right.
Now another one. Look, you get to your job and now you start using the internet a lot. You know, it's so easy to see. Unless you're in a really private office, everyone can see your internet usage.
Or you go on your Facebook, you're texting all the time.
Your textbook, or your Google talking, or, believe it or not, I think, do I have this down? No, I don't have it later. Porn. I mean,
they do not watch porn at the office.
We have had someone, we've fired someone in the past that it was reported that he was viewing porn at work, and we did a little search on his internet usage, and I'm not talking like, you know, Playboy.com, or I mean, it was hardcore, like
what?
Oh, just hardcore. How about that? I mean,
why won't you go to detail? I like detail.
I'm not going to details. Turn the red light off. We'll go to details. But that's another story. So look, it's safe to say if you're doing it on your work computer, then we can trace it. And that's not to say that we're sitting there scoping everyone's computer to see what they're doing.
If you become a problem, they're going to look.
If you become a problem, we're going to look at it. So I mean, this is one, you know, a concern that someone's looking at porn. We go in and look, and we see all of it, or that someone's not getting their work done. You know, you might see that their performance is down. Let's take a look at it. Whoa, look at all that Facebook or Google or Twitter, whatever it might be. So that's another one. Big one though that we find nowadays is also just gossiping. I mean, when you get new to the workplace.
That's like the cancer that kills, because gossip spreads and it's this negative ball of dark energy similar to cancer, and it kills. And so you have to cut it out like a tumor. And that might be an employee, right?
But then
you get rid of it.
People come to see you as the gossiper, and especially when you're early in
get rid of them.
When you're early in your work,
no room for gossipers.
You don't know who's who, and you don't know who has allegiances to different people. So you know, you should really make sure you take your time. I'm not suggesting gossip, but for God's sakes, learn who the key players are before you start spreading gossip around someone else.
Why not just be supportive, and you can still have an opinion and present it in a mindful way, right?
How about just getting your work done?
Yeah, you're not there to gossip. You're there to freaking do your job. Dang. Dang. Be part of the solution, not the problem.
That's right. Well, it brings it to another one. When there is a problem, right, and you're tasked with solving a problem, one of the big things you got to do is make sure you double check your facts, double check everything you do before you're submitting it up the line. When you're a new employee, you are under the microscope, right? Everything you do, we're going to check to make sure what you're doing is good, what's right, the figures are good. If you start messing up numbers early on in your tenure at a company, you're going to get a reputation as somebody who was, I better double check those numbers every time before I send them, because I know this person always gets them wrong. So you're under the microscope those first several months probably. Make sure that all your numbers are right. Make sure you're double checking your facts and double checking your emails before you send them out.
I like it.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we keep going. This is perfect for you, I think, because every time I come up here, there's a glass of wine on the table.
Not true.
Always a glass of wine on the table.
It's not news with booze.
So drinking on the job, believe it or not, it happens, and it's.
Oh, but not
you
today.
Believe it. Not today.
Believe me, we tried to get a prop.
Yeah,
we tried to just to freak you out.
What's in that cup back there?
This is like just Bacardi. It's okay.
Just Bacardi. Believe it or not, though, it happens. It happens.
Huh.
And then finally, I would say taking too much personal time. I think, look, we spend most of our lives here at work. We sleep a little bit at home, and you get a couple hours with your family, but you're here most of the time. So I'm not, naive enough to say no one's going to check their personal email when they're at work. But keep it to a minimum. Your wife calls in every 5 minutes to check on you, or your kids.
Oh my gosh, I worked with somebody like that. And I went, how do you support your family with your wife up your backside, and she's calling every 5 minutes, complaining about the baby, and he was the sole provider? I'm like, are you kidding me?
But you as a coworker, you as a coworker now see that this person's always doing the personal time, and that means you might be cleaning up the mess when it's busy, or he might be out doing, whatever it might be. But the other busy things besides the family is a lot of people, believe it or not, search for jobs at work. Which
I can believe that.
It seems like a no-brainer. I have a cover, of course, because I'm frequently on jobs. I'm on jobs.utsandiego.com all the time.
But you're working the best place in San Diego.
But see, that's for my job, is to be on those sites. So believe it or not, you get people all the time that'll be emailing their resume out from their work computer. I get those.
I don't know. I'm going to have a microscope over you. You know that?
I know,
I'm going to be watching you. I'm watching
I shouldn't do this anymore.
Can I tell you my funniest story, people? Someone called in. You can't call in sick because you have that female visitor once a month, because all females have that visitor. You have to just cope with it. But I've had that before, right? It's not your employer's problem. Just saying. I can say that because I'm a woman. I can give other women that advice.
I'll let you give that one.
But it's true.
Yeah. Well, look, it could be a symptom of a larger problem. If somebody's always out sick, or if they find any reason why to be out sick, now that sick time starts to accumulate. Now you have a history of being sick. You have a perception that you're always sick, and it's a way to get on the negative side. So.
But what about coming to work sick?
Don't come to work sick.
Don't spread the love.
Nobody wants to get sick.
Oh, I should probably tell you something.
Off the air,
should I tell you my daughter has strep throat?
Oh, man.
And you just shook my eye. Okay,
I'm going to back up here.
All right, don't worry. You're fine. Thank you, Cory. Thank you for helping us keep our jobs. Next, you're going to tell us how we can climb the ladder.
You got it.
To be more successful.
Next week,
love
how to be successful.
Thank you.
All right.